Good morning and welcome. I have recently found myself down the most delicious rabbit hole that I can imagine, and I thought that this would be a good opportunity for me to get out my Commonplace glue book and celebrate the joy a little bit. So, for those of you who might not know, I have been starting to do some slow stitching, and I think it began with this piece. Could be. But I have been working on this piece, and it is managing to come along and giving me great joy. Plus, it has returned me to thinking about taking out some of my needlepoint, that a particular project, that an original project actually, that I started in 2018 and said, no, I just don't have time for that. Well, who knows? Maybe it's the Corvo, maybe it's the fact that we're in the house so much now that I'm looking at time differently and appreciating it. So, I found these focal images that involve lace and bits and a cabinet full of fabric, and I said, okay, this is today's project. And so the next page that I have glued together, and I have never done this in a glue book before, but I'm quite happy that it's there. So the only thing that I've done to prepare for today's visit with you is that I cut this down to size and chomped the edges a little bit, because these are rounded corners. And so this is just going to go in there, just tucked in, so that I can take it out and look at it and think about it and remember, because to me that is the point of a Commonplace book, and the gluing and fun is incidental. So I have this piece, I have this piece, and I have a few pieces here that I thought I'm going to use. I'm not going to overdo, because when this one is somewhere and this one is here, it's kind of it comes out to be kind of mission accomplished. But on a visit to Joann Fabrics, the first time I had been in a store in a couple of months, I found this Distress Oxide in pumice stone, and I haven't used it. So I thought, well, this will be an excellent opportunity to put a little bit of, to put just a bit of background down on here. So I grabbed out this large leafy stencil. And I'm going to protect this bit. So I'm also going to use the a brush, because I feel like it'll remain soft enough to make me happy. Okay, so here we go. Let's have just a little bit of pumice stone here and there. Not too much, but definitely leaves. Oh yes. Oh yes. And I particularly wanted this pumice stone because I enjoy working in with white papers, just because I do, and sometimes some of the colors that you might want to distress the edges of the paper with are have too much to say for themselves. They're just a little too much. So I thought the pumice stone would do the trick, and it looks as though it has great potential. I usually don't scrub at things this hard, but why not? just the littlest bit. Since I have shared with you about the my rabbit hole that I'm so happy to be in, I don't know what to do with myself. Oh, isn't that pretty? I'm liking that. Pumice stone. Glad I ran into that. Now, let me clean up this brush. And I found that all that is required is rubbing on white paper until you don't see any more. Mostly don't see any more, shall we say. So, now, time to decide here. Well, since this is going to be here, what else have I got here? Maybe this could go this way just because. Why not? I'm thinking yes. And I'm going to use the smaller well, this is magazine paper. Ah, it works. I was afraid that it was too delicate. I guess not. And this one. If I see bits of lace and things like that, well, it just warms my heart, and I didn't realize that I had this, but I surely found it, and I am so happy that I did. So that's there. This here, what's this long bit? Oh, okay. And I just put that on there to relieve whatever this is. This is, of course, a ledger with 50 cents in pencil and words over here, but I'm thinking maybe I'll put it this way. I think I'm going to do that. Going to do that. Oh, finally. Finally. And here. Parallel, please, Carol. Parallel lines, if you have them. Oh, yes. And you is finished. Let's have out another one. I hope, see, this looks to me, it's contracted. I'm wondering if this is not going to be another disappointment because of the drying out. We'll find out, won't we? So we have that one there. This is going to be in here. Let's put this out of harm's way. Don't have too much else here. Just might put this one down on there, just to have something under there. Because I'm not going to do any writing over on this side. Well, here we go. We're about to find out what the story is here. And of course, because it's vellum, it's going to rock and roll. There we go. And what else do we have? Not too much. This pretty piece of tissue. It has rocks. Rocks. I think so. Rocks over here. I hope you are keeping well. Looks as though we're going to be having, not having much of a respite from Corvo. But, now let's see, where is this? Did this work out well? Yes, it did, with just a little of that showing. Excellent. Excellent. And now, let's get this focal down over here. And trust not being a great factor with this Yoo-hoo that came through Amazon's warehouse. I'm just going to give this a little bit extra time. Right now, there you are. Anything else that we ought to have there? I'm not sure. I am definitely not sure. Now this is part of the cover, a piece of from the cover. I'm thinking that might be neat to have. I'm thinking that might be neat to have. Just there, and that will be that. Okay, let's do this one. Odd shape though it is, it's going to be right there. Of course, this is a glue book, not the Sistine Chapel. And lace on top of that to carry out the theme from the front. Here we go. I'm thinking that is going to be it. I'm declaring it it. Now, I wrote this today. Cherish things that return to you later in life. And that is so true for me and most of us, but at this particular moment that I have found some stitchery again, that is so true. And I'm going to write it right along there. If I go this way, maybe. No, that's a long one. Maybe this way. Maybe that way. Maybe that way. Things that getting a little bit sloppy now, Carol. It's not too sloppy. That return white. That white eraser will cure anything. To you. Later. In life. I thought I would be doing stitchery again. I would have said, oh no, not happening. Done. Done. Now, my Le Pens. Where are you hiding, guys? There you are. Le Pen it is. And this cursive handwriting is years of teaching. Return. To you. Later. In. Well, the purpose of this Commonplace glue book is to share your thoughts, and I'm thinking that that is going to do the job for me today because of the things in my pictures. Maybe if we put that in right side up, Carol, it would make a difference. Yes, it looks better that way, Carol. I do hope that you have enjoyed this quick visit in my Commonplace glue book, and if you have, I would appreciate you giving me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I would appreciate you subscribing to my channel. Bye now.